We are at the office of Susan Huggins, who only a short while ago was elected to the post of Deputy Leader of the Tory party. Susan Huggins is often referred to as the Black Sarah Palin of UK politics. Susan is the first Black Secretary of State for Work and Pension, and now she has been elected to the post of Deputy Leader of the Conservative Party. And the question on everyone's lips: is Britain now ready for its first ever female Black Prime Minister? Let's go to Susan. Welcome, Susan Huggins. Susan Huggins, welcome. You're an egg. That's okay. Susan Huggins, welcome. You've had a meteoric rise in the ranks of UK politics. And you are seen as a champion for women, not only women, but young and poor. So would you then say, with your appointment, that the political landscape is changing in regards to women in politics and leadership in general?
Firstly, I count it a great privilege to be appointed as Deputy Leader. And yes, of course, I'm so glad that people are finally beginning to realise that women are capable of undertaking any role or position just as effectively as their male counterparts.
So would you then say that your appointment can be viewed as a victory for women and equality?
I would say that my appointment is a victory not only for women, but for all people of this great nation, regardless of gender and regardless of colour. And yes, I'm so glad that women are finally beginning to recognise that the barriers that once existed in the All Boys Network are no longer there. And with hard work and determination, we can achieve anything we put our mind to.
Deputy Leader, there's a question on everyone's lips, and hopefully you can clarify this today. As you know, our Right Honourable Marcus James, he's 72, and many would say that he's on his last legs and he's on his way out. However, people are saying that you are being groomed to take over his position. Is that true, Deputy?
No.
Any further comments?
No.
Surely, Deputy, surely you can elaborate a bit more.
I said no.
Avoid it like a true politician. However, let's move on to some of your policies, Deputy.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, I'd like to ask you a few questions on your policies, which include teenage pregnancy, HIV, and AIDS. However, there's one policy in particular I'd like to focus on, and that's your policy on abortion.
Yes.
So you are pro-life, you're known to be pro-life.
Absolutely.
Deputy, is there any circumstance where abortion will be a viable option? I mean...
Sorry, I'm pro-life. Do you know what that means?
Of course I do, Deputy.
But every life from conception is precious.
Even if they're brutally raped? Even if the child is severely disabled, Deputy?
Unless a mother's life is in serious danger, abortion is never a viable alternative. I mean, there are many couples out there who would give anything to be able to conceive. And yet there are people like you who willingly want to murder unborn babies. I think it's just flying in the face of God just to even consider abortion.
People like me? How rude, Deputy.
See yourself out. Oh, and ask my PA to give me a call, will you? That's a dear. Hello? 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 Oh, where have you been? Trying to get hold of you. Any calls? I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. Can you speak up, please? Yes. Matthew. Oh. No. Don't send him away. No, see the headlines now. Deputy leader has his ex-husband escorted out of the building. No, you better send him in. Give me a couple of minutes, okay? Right. Matthew Huggins, what brings you to these parts?
Nice place you got here.
Thank you.
May I?
Be my guest. No.
Well, I was just in the neighborhood and I heard about your promotion. Deputy leader. You were always destined for success. Such ambition, such drive.
Matthew, stop it. You didn't crawl out of your hole just to come all the way down here to congratulate me on my new position. What do you want?
I forgot how well you really know me. By the way, that television interview you did was very, very good. However, you have a problem with some of your policies. I'm particularly confused about one of your policies.
Pray tell, Matthew, which one of my policies do you have a problem with? Not that it's hard to confuse you.
I have a problem with the policy regarding Carla.
Carla? What's Carla got to do with my policies?
Was Carla's life in jeopardy? Was Carla's life at risk? Was it a matter of life and death for Carla? Yes, Deputy Leader. Carla told me everything.
And what exactly did Carla tell you?
She told me that when she was 15 years old, she became pregnant. And you made her have an abortion. How could you, our precious 15-year-old, how could you make her kill her unborn child?
You have a piece of cheek. You crawl out of here after 14 years. You want to lecture me? Sit down.
Hey?
I said sit down. It's time for me to ask some of the questions around here. Tell me, Matthew. Where were you when Carla was pregnant, huh? In fact, where were you during her whole childhood?
You know where I was.
Did you even think to look back over the last 14 years? No, I didn't think you did. So all of a sudden, you're interested in Carla's well-being. And yet, you have the audacity to come into my office and lecture me. You have no right to lecture me. You lost your right when you walked out of us 14 years ago. You know what else?
What?
I was on my own. I had to make the decisions. You have no right coming in here trying to make me out to be the big bad wolf. I did what was best for Carla.
What was best for Carla? What was best for Susie?
For Carla, of course.
You know it was always what was best for Susie. And to hell with the rest of us. Look, I'm here to walk out on you. But you know what? You pushed me away. And the fact of the matter is, Susie Huggins, you're a selfish, indignant, two-faced, self-opinionated witch.
Worthless, good-for-nothing, two-bit loser.
And you're the conqueror of the world. Ha! A beacon of light to all womankind. A fine example of morality for all. I wonder what your constituents would think if they found out that you had a daughter rotting in a mental institution.
What are you on about, Matthew?
You don't know, do you?
Don't know what?
Our precious daughter, Carla, was committed to a mental institution for trying to commit suicide. And you know why? Because of what you made her do when she was 15 years old.
Now you listen here.
No, you listen to me. I may not have lived up to your high political morals, but at least I can see well at night. At least I don't have blood on my hands.
That's enough, Matthew.
I'm not finished yet, Deputy. I hope it was all worth it. And you're trying to run the country. You can't even run your own household. God help us all.
Get out! Get out! And stay out of my life and my business!
I've said my piece, but if anything happens to Cara, I'll make you regret you ever lived.
Said, get out!